Welcome back to the Bendin Wrenches YouTube channel. Well, it's finally time for the old LTD to head down to Rusty's. I'm gonna get the old super tune done to her. Gonna check out a couple of his projects he's working on, and a little update on the Escort. He's done a few things to her, so she's running. I hear, believe it or not, she's running on her own, off its own fuel system, not the janky 1 gallon gas tank that I had under the hood, but it runs its own fuel tank. So let's get down there, see what's going on, and then we also have another project in the family that we're working on. Remember that Fox body in the corner? Oh yeah, we're gonna see what we're gonna be doing with that today. Look at her in all her glory. Doesn't look too bad on the trailer, guys, out in the sun, you know, out in the wild. Stop for a little break for a moment. We're almost to Rusty's. Unfortunately, our good buddy's about, you know, hour and a half from us, so sucks when we gotta drive. We're finally pulling up to Rusty's. We'll see what's going on here in just a hot second. For you.
Always with these Fords, man.
What do you think of this fine unit, man? Another long journey, of course.
I haven't finished the last couple Fords you dropped off.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the Escort, if you guys have been paying attention, you know. He did a couple things to it. I hear she's looking pretty fresh.
Well, it runs on fuel from its own tank now, so, you know, that's a bonus. Still starts really hard, though.
Ether, right? We'll just put one of the ether buttons on there.
It needs one. It needs one. We gotta get some ether injection or something.
Most definitely. Heck yeah, guys. We're gonna unload this gem here. We're gonna walk in the shop and see what's going on. Your project now, bud.
Yay!
Oh man, she's ready.
Yeah, she
The open diff does not help with donuts.
say that.
Right?
Yeah, that's
sad.
kind of weak donuts, man. I expected a lot more from you. Why didn't you weld that diff? You had it out.
That's your job.
You got a welder, man.
I know, we gotta put in a nice limited slip unit out of a Ford Ranger.
Absolutely,
you know,
not.
premium
Locker.
used.
Locker.
Locker.
Lincoln locker.
What do you think, man?
I think it's sick, dude. I love it.
You didn't see the console. I don't think the people have seen the inside in a little while.
Would you custom make center console for
I
your?
took it out of the S10, dude. The old Tennessee S10. Yeah, I figured we won't need it anymore with what's going on there. So she has a blue steering wheel. You know, it's like an episode of Pimp My Ride.
I mean, I'm noticing some of the discoloration or mismatch coloration, I should say.
A tan console, a Nissan. What is it? Highlander. What the hell is that? Nissan? Toyota? I don't know. Whatever Highlander is. It's got a Highlander.
It was
format.
a movie with a guy with a sword, I think.
That's what it was.
That's what it is.
That's what it is. Got my light up shift knob, a radio.
Sick.
She's ready.
Is it the old Pioneer with the swimming dolphins?
It's a dual.
Is it a period correct radio?
It is not period. Well, I mean, you know, we needed some kickers in the back.
You do. You got all the room for the subs.
Some
back there.
Wolfenhagens or whatever they were back in the day we used to run.
Yeah, I don't know what the kids are running these days. Something from Amazon, probably.
Yeah. So yeah, nope, it's in your hands now, buddy.
All right.
So let's get to that hot rod Mustang. You ready to start chopping her up?
I already started this morning, man. First thing I got out was the grinder and the cutoff wheel.
I know, I'm a little late today. Oh man, look at the wheels, dude. What the hell are those things?
Those are some premium, gently abused, I think Koenig, something
man.
16 by 7.5.
Guys, look at this. Oh yeah, making progress already. Where's the window tint?
It's in the back. I still, you know, figured I'd make
Slacking.
it run and drive first, you know.
But you put headlights in it, I heard.
Well, I tried to go on my main voyage the other night, and it was really dark and hard to see, so
He was telling me the Escort diesel purist of the Escort diesel forum he's on Facebook, they frown upon aftermarket headlights. Is that true?
Yeah, I got some frowny faces on the post with my new headlights for some reason. I don't get it, but hey, whatever. That's
The
cool.
guy wants to see, you know. But I see you made room for something to go here, right? Is that?
Chinese turbo time.
That is not the project at hand, guys. He was just going to give us a rundown on this unit. We do have another one, though, that's a little worse shape, by all means. But look at the fuel filter housing, huh?
It's premium, man. It's Duramax fuel filter head.
Nice.
Got the fuel heater wired in. I got the water and fuel sensor wired in. I haven't cleaned up any of the wiring yet because all of the wiring is screwed up and I have to fix all of it. So I'm still working on it.
It's looking a lot better, though, and it runs, like you said. Gas tank renew out of Swartz Creek did take care of it. I'll see if I can drop a picture of the fuel tank in the, you know, the old video here. So will it start right now? We don't have ether, so let's see. Have you started it today?
Yeah.
Oh, so it should start, right?
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah, probably. Maybe a little.
All right. Moment of truth.
Let's see here.
I mean, close enough. I thought you put a new starter on. I think it sounds like hell too.
Let me double foot it here. Nope.
All right, not today. It's cold outside. You know, it can sense the temperature difference. But what's important, guys, it has the wheels. So, reason we brought you down here, obviously Rusty's gonna take over on the LTD for a couple days, get her super tuned, and then hopefully we're gonna end up at his buddy Kevin's shop for a dyno sesh, and then we're really gonna see how shitty that LS4 front-wheel drive V8 intake is.
289 horsepower.
Is that what you're shooting for?
That's what
He says 289. I mean, it's not going to be in this video, guys, but the next one, you're going to see it, of the LTD anyways. So you're saying 289.
Yeah.
I don't know, because the old, we had the same setup in my Regal, and that put down, what, 350? I think it was right around 3, and that was a 6-liter with like 799s and a cam.
I don't remember. There's 3.5.
Yeah, something like that anyways. But remember, we have the world's shittiest intake on there on this car, so it might break 300. We'll just take the air filter off, and
Well, we'll do a glory pull. We'll try and get to 300.
You'll see that though. But anyways, so this is Rusty's Drag and Drive shit box. We're gonna take today. You're gonna see us cut the front end off. This is the plan, right? We're gonna put the new K member in, hopefully.
Well, we gotta get the frame rails out of it first. Get frame rails in it first before the K member can go in because they're so rotted that there's nothing but hopes and dreams holding the front end of this car together.
Now, granted, folks, we're cheap, and this car cost him what, $100? Right?
$100 in a case of beer.
What kind of beer though?
I think it's Bud Light, maybe.
Well, that stuff's cheap now, so makes sense. But so anyways, the idea, and we're gonna show you in a little bit here, is we're gonna end up cutting back into here and then replacing these frame rails and pretty much building a tubular front end, essentially, right?
I think we're gonna stick with the rectangle tube for the frame rails. I have enough tubing laying around here where we could actually tube the front end from the strut towers forward, but we're playing it loose and fast, you know. We're cheap and just trying to keep this thing out of the junkyard.
I mean, we do have 3 80s Fords that are on your property now.
It's a gathering.
It's a gathering. All right, guys, so let's get some cameras set up here, and we'll show you what we're doing with the old Hot Rod Mustang. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start with pulling off the fenders and the front bumper, and then that'll at least show the upper aprons here. And you can see this car is really rough. But again, guys, really all we're gonna need for this is headlights and wipers. I mean, like I said, the whole idea is kind of just a drag and drive type thing. And to resurrect another shit box from the junkyard. So we're gonna start with that. We'll do a little time lapse for you and get working. All right, we're gonna cut this unit off. Of course, you know, the old Michigan rust getting to the best of her. And no, we have no guard because we like to party. Cool. There it is. Nice. One down. Gosh dang. Rusty, this thing is I think the car is named after you, brother. Jesus.
What do you mean?
I mean, the fender is in immaculate shape. You know, this is
I don't believe you.
mint. It's gonna be fine. The new metal we're welding on is not gonna be rusty. So.
I think I should just cut this antenna off.
No, you need music, dude. You're giving me shit about my cheap ass Pioneer with dolphins, and he wants to cut his antenna off.
It's gonna have a Bluetooth stereo, brother. JBL, man. That's my stereo right there.
Nice.
Iron that petty block,
Nice.
whatever them kids are talking about these days.
Score. That's out. We got the engine harness pulled out as well. Trying to get rid of some of that unnecessary BS. And then he's also trying to save the grommet. It's kind of unique. He's gonna mount the Holly in here, up in the glove compartment area. And you can see the grommet's kind of unique. And all this stuff here is unnecessary. So at that point, like I said earlier, the Holly harness will fish right through there and be mint. All right, so we're trying to pull the strut and spring without dying here. I mean, we're doing pretty good. We got the sway bar down. We're down to, there's still a little tension on it, Rusty.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab the pry bar.
Yeah, we're just gonna let her fly.
That's what she said.
Fine.
Ooh.
Look at that. Fine.
All right, we're ready. Pluck her out. Is that a, look at that. Fucking, is that a hood rat ass spacer? Look at that spacer. What is that in there?
It's not really a spacer because it's not solid.
What is it?
Some sort of like dampener or something, like a vibration, maybe some OEM.
I wasn't sure if our buddy Scott that had this car, if we put some, you know, fuel filler neck tubing or something in there to isolate a little bit. Help it for launching, you know, with the old 302 that was in it.
That wouldn't rev over 4,800 RPMs allegedly. This car, I'm told, was scary fast with 234 horsepower or whatever the 302 made. So just wait till it's got 700-800-ish.
I mean, we talked about this if you guys have been tagging along. We do have a turbo 4.8 in the corner that's going in this thing. Just because.
Warm ready. Yeah!
Oh, there it is. There it is. Just keep your mouth shut. You don't want to knock your teeth out.
What teeth? Got one of those dental plans that's allowed me to keep my teeth so far.
Let's see. I mean, it's close.
Yeah, it's gonna come. There's that. Got it. Perfect.
Zero excitement in that one.
I'm sorry.
So we sprayed our bolts. I think we're down to what, the last 4 K-member bolts? The back 2 he pulled out already. Those actually came out, which is awesome because our new LS swap K-member bolts to the back of the back 2, right? Correct?
Yeah.
So
it uses all the factory mounting locations as far as I know.
So right here is a factory hole. It utilizes that guy. And then up here, obviously it's getting replaced, but the benefit is the rear will center it, and then he could build frame rails off of that. So we're gonna drag that K-member out here in a few once we get this one down. I'll give you a little better example of how that works. Yep, that one didn't work. There was that clip, Rusty.
Yeah, I figured.
Yep. Oh, that one broke. Look at that.
I'll tell you, this side dropped out a little bit.
He was betting too. We were like, I bet you the size of my damn quarter 20. Look at this thing, guys. Now, keep in mind, that's a 14 mm bolt.
Yep.
Damn. Okay. That's pretty bad, buddy.
Don't even got to cut nothing, man.
No, I think we're about out though, I see.
Oh.
You know, one of mine actually came out. I'm just saying. There, go ahead. So much room for activities now. I mean, at least it's pretty light. All right, we got our mess picked up. Rusty and I were kind of debating on a plan here. So obviously you see we have piles and piles of rust. Initially, from what he was saying, what they usually section them in about here.
To do a straight tube front end when you don't have all this cancer, yeah, they would cut off straight up here from the front, put plates down here, a plate up here, tube out for the apron, and then get rid of all this stuff. But I've never done this before, and I don't claim to be any kind of Mustang expert, but I have 2x3 rectangular tube over there on the floor. I think what we'll do is we'll try and cut all the spot welds back here, cut along here, try to keep this piece in here because this is still good and solid, so we want to keep this, but get rid of this entire piece of tube. I will get rid of the aprons, I think, but I'm going to keep
the upper portion,
at least the upper portion. I don't really want to run hood pins. I want the hood to work normally. So I think we'll leave the top, get rid of this middle section, and then replace this whole tube. Hopefully.
So, I mean, realistically, we probably should start by just getting rid of this, cut this off here, because obviously we're gonna start drilling spot welds, and then
yeah, we can
probably just plasma cut all this out for now.
Well, no, this all has to stay in. We need the shock tower's got to stay in. We just need to repair the bottom half of it.
So we're gonna probably cut up into here, get rid of this guy, and then Is it that time?
Done.
It's time for the first cut. So we did knock the impact absorbers out, like Rusty and I were talking. I think it's gonna be great for centering up the bumper. And those actually we test fit it in the what is that, 2x3 tubing on the floor?
2x3 rectangle tube. I don't remember how thick it is.
But it's probably what, 080 wall or something like that. That's how she's done.
Got it.
All right, and we're done. No, I'm just kidding. There's a lot more. All right, pretty successful cut. Now we look at all the rust we got. That's how you do body work, folks. So next section is gonna be here, and then we're gonna assess those spot welds. So what are you thinking, Rusty? Right here, just to get this out of our hair?
Yeah. We got these probably trans lines or something.
Fuel line, probably vent line. We don't need those.
Yeah, well they're you know, not hooked to nothing, right? You know, here. Anyway,
so 8 millimeters. We'll get them out of the way.
We'll get those out of the way. Yeah, finish getting a few things out of the way here so we can
get cutting.
Don't need that where we're going.
Mint. All right, so you're starting to see the effect of what we're going for. You can see the kind of the factory kind of like little gusset there. And then we're gonna stick the 2x3 tubing into this area here, and this will get all trimmed out and reinforced as well. Woo. All right, so we grabbed the old K member out of the back of the car. Want to put it in retrospect to what we got versus what we had. So big, bulky, not strong, factory BS that had spring pockets. Yours truly, when I ordered this for him a while back, no spring pockets. But it's just forcing him to get coilovers. It's gonna be better. It's gonna be for the best. Yeah.
You see that? That's the ball you dropped when you ordered that K member for me.
Son of a biscuit.
Got him!
One time. So anyways, much better. Plus, give us a lot more party room. And I think we had to run an F-body oil pan for this as well.
F-body stuff is what this whole K member is designed around. So F-body motor mounts, oil pan. Yeah, so
if you're not familiar, an F-body is like a Firebird or Camaro. I think they based it off like 98 to, I don't know, the year they ran LS's in those cars, like to like 03 or something like that. So this guy here, these holes here bolt to the factory ones back here. So what's nice about that, like we were talking about earlier, that's gonna center the backup for the most part. And then we're gonna start cutting this stuff out next here and start replacing these frame rails. And then with that new tubular K member, it's gonna hook right here to our new rectangle tubing. And at least that way, we can get the front suspension back under this car. We'll start transferring control arms and stuff over. That might be at a later date. We'll see how far we get today. I don't got all day with him, unfortunately. But let's get back to grinding and cutting spot welds. I don't think it's supposed to look like that, guys. All right, if you guys saw that, what we're using is a little belt sander attachment. Works super slick for getting spot welds out. A lot of body shop guys do it as well. Rusty happens to have one of those. So you kind of get a gist. We're hitting the spot welds right here. I'll take you over to his side. He already got his side freed up. And you'll see what we got going on. We're just making it weak there. And then we're gonna slide this chunk of tubing. We're calling it tubing. It's really just some folded over sheet metal, but that'll slide out. You can see the gap that we have going on there now. And once that slides out, we can start fitting in that new piece of tubing. So we got a few more minutes of that stuff. We'll save you some of the boring stuff there, and we'll jump back in when we start fitting at least one of these tubes.
See?
All right, we got this one cut off. As you guys saw, basically the gist is it's gonna weasel up in there, and then we'll be able to reuse these spot welds here. And of course, we're gonna beef it up a little bit. And this apron here, we're gonna go ahead and trim this up, which will attach to this. So I don't know if we're gonna get into that today, but we're gonna try to get these frame rails fitted for you guys before we leave. But we're really close. Oh yeah, look at that. The length looks good too if we take and clean up the rest of this.
Yeah, well, on that too, we can also fit the end of the tube here around this bulge.
Yep.
And make it go back just a little bit further.
Or smash the bulge in.
Or smash the bulge. We could smash the bulge.
You know, it's actually not in too terrible a shape down there.
No, it looks pretty solid.
There is quite a bit of dirt though. I think we're gonna take a blowgun and get all that stuff out of there.
Yeah.
Here's some sediment. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna put some weld through primer on these frame rails. All right, surfaces prepped. Is it tube time?
It's always tube time.
That's what she said.
All right, tell the people, what are you doing right now?
Well, we're just checking how the tube is sitting level-wise. You know, that way this channel is gonna sit flush with the K-member once it's in. So I've checked the hoist that the car is sitting on is level side to side. The wiper cowl is level-ish side to side. So each one of these tubes, the flat surface of the tube should be, you know, parallel with the floor. So that's all I'm checking, is to making sure that the tube is somewhat level. And as you can see, got the bubble in the middle now on this tube.
Oh yeah,
So we're
mint.
gonna
Show the other
check this one.
side.
Yeah, come over here and see this one, because this one's way out. So we'll give her. Oh, went way too far.
I'm really shocked that it's that, you know, malleable, but the one thing to take in consideration, guys, is the kind of the sheet metal that we weaseled that frame rail into. Technically, it's not 2 inches. It's, what was it, I mean, probably 2 1/8 or so. So we're fudging
It's a little wider. Yeah,
a touch wider. So the channel fits in there loosely. So we're kind of pinching the sides to make it fit. Yeah. Well, center this one you want. I can hold it.
Just push it in a little bit. Good?
Yep.
Oh.
There she is. All that hard work, we got her done. I mean, just remember, this thing here, was $100 or it was heading to the old scrapyard. So the QA1 cross member there fits in nice, guys. And that is sick. And like we talked about, we use the factory back here, and this is all still solid. And yes, we only have C-clamps at front, and he said they were all Wiltons. What do you guys?
No, I said the small ones were Wiltons,
yeah.
Dick.
So basically, he's still got to go ahead and drill holes here, and then we're gonna sleeve them. That's gonna be left up to Rusty at this point. It is my time to roll, but we wanted to get this point here. You will see this car more on the channel, guys. It might be an episode or two by all means, because we got a few of our projects to do. But we do have the dyno day of the LTD, right?
Yeah, I don't know. You know, I gotta get into the LTD. I'll probably spend the better part of this whole week getting it dialed in, and then I gotta call the dyno guy and see what time he even has available. Maybe it'll be this coming weekend, maybe another week. But yeah, we'll have that thing on the dyno here in 2 weeks, maybe 3 at the latest.
So we did leave him with hooking up the cooling fans, just because we just ran out of time with it, with the mega truck and starting on the S10.
Because Rusty has way more just free time, you know, trying to keep all his Fords out of the junkyard.
This is, now guys, keep this in mind. We have an 84 Ford Escort diesel with, you know, Koenig wheels now. We also have an 86, right?
This is a 7.
87 Fox body. And then now we have the 83 LTD. So that's something to say about this guy. Don't you have Ford tattooed on you somewhere?
I do, but it's in an inappropriate area that I can't show you.
Him and his brother got matching tattoos.
We got to put them together.
Is that how that
I got
works?
the FO.
Oh, God. Norman, if you're watching this, I'm sorry, brother. So on that note, guys, thanks for tagging along. Make sure you like, subscribe, share all the good stuff. We'll see you on the next one.
Peace.